Welcome back to What You Missed Gaming, the video game news show that knows it's dangerous to go alone and uninformed on the internet. So here, take this video game news with you and stay informed, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and welcome back to What You Missed, the new show on YouTube where your host suffers from a bad case of poison oak. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I've got the itch to give you the news, but not only that kind of an itch, I actually have a literal itch, and it's driving me nuts. But alas, the show must go on, right? One big thing that came out of the Xbox One X Project Scorpio Edition unboxing from Major Nelson. Now, the box itself was put on an emphasis of how it reflects the original Xbox, as in it had a giant X on it. While I do appreciate the attention to detail and aesthetics, and yes, it is nice, at the end of the day, it's still a console, and you can get a Project Scorpio Edition Xbox One X. So that's really cool that they take the project name and threw it on there, because everyone absolutely loved that. I think a lot of other companies really should have done this, like the Ultra 64 and the Revolution for Nintendo side of their consoles and things like that. That would have been cool. The Dolphin GameCube, right? So that's cool that they do that. But the biggest thing, the absolute biggest thing that came out of this, other than seeing the console itself, is the fact that you can transfer all of your content from your Xbox One over very seamlessly. There's a transfer tool that's used that basically allows you to transfer everything from your save data to your games to this to that to the other, which makes me understand as a big PC enthusiast and PC gamer that I know for a fact right now if you can seamlessly transfer it, it is basically the same exact architecture instead of just being a completely different system. Like we're shifting from you know, back in the day it would have been from the Super Nintendo to the Nintendo 64. Things are seeming to collide into one. So in the future I can see that consoles will just be iterations of PCs basically in a form factor case that are easy to use with a unique custom UI, and all you'll end up doing is for the respective companies at Microsoft, Xbox, the Sony PlayStation, and the Nintendo Switch to the next console will activate just a simple tool to transfer all your content. Maybe in the future you won't even have to reinstall anything at all. So that's really cool. I think that's awesome. And one other thing that did come out that was really awesome was a cool new Xbox One S Minecraft limited edition bundle, and you can pre-order that. What you get with this is a Minecraft creeper controller that even as an adult, man, I would absolutely love to have this controller, just the controller alone. And then the console itself looks like the dirt block from Minecraft. Now this is how you do a console. You don't just slap a skin on top of it. This is really nice looking. And on the underside, I believe that there is a redstone, and it looks like you're looking into like possibly finding a redstone brick, and it looks really nice. If you guys are interested in this, you can always take the link in the description below to check it out. You can pre-order these systems. Again, I don't know if there's going to be a really limited edition run of these. You know, you'll probably be able to go into Walmart and buy these, but at the end of the day, I think the Scorpio edition of the Xbox One X will be limited, while the Minecraft one will be more common. So Metroid, Samus Returns producer, is interested in making more 2D Metroid games. Well, it's about time. I really appreciate the hard work that the original Metroid co-creator Yoshio Sakamoto has put in. How long do you have to take before you realize that there's a massive fan base out there for Metroid? Yes, it's not as big as Zelda, but then again, Zelda's not as big as Pokemon, and Pokemon's not as big as Mario. These fan bases exist. They're really good to make games for. I understand that they don't sell as many copies as other games, but that doesn't mean you kick them to the curb. It's better than throwing out an unknown and having that unknown fail than to completely ignore this fan base and not make games for them anymore because a few games didn't come out the way you wanted them to. What he ended up saying is that he was commenting on the original Metroid. That is, he's the co-creator. Once again, rest in peace, Gunpei Yokai. That guy, he created the Game Boy and Metroid. He is the co-creator, Yoshi Sakamoto. He was saying that he wasn't sure that players would enjoy the game, despite believing that it could be a special franchise. That was a quote from him, and he was detailing the development of Metroid 1. And he did grasp the possibilities and potential for the video game series. He went on to say this though, and this is very important. Quote, "Through the development of Metroid Samus Returns, I was able to really grasp the possibilities and fun of a 2D Metroid. Like when I finished the first game, if there is another opportunity to make another Metroid, that is something I would love to do. Of course, that really depends on how much people really want to buy a 2D Metroid. So to say the least, if you have a 3DS, please buy this game and try it. You can take it back, you can sell it, you can return it, you can put it up on eBay if you don't like it. But please, just try this game. I would love to see more Metroids come out, and if they're saying that if the sales figures reflect a good sales period, they'll make more. So Pokken Tournament Deluxe, the demo is going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch eShop, which means we'll be able to see what upgrades it'll have. I'm sure there's going to be a video on Digital Foundry. If you guys don't know who Digital Foundry is, they analyze consoles and PCs alike for frame rate comparisons and resolution dips to see if a game can consistently hold whatever it claims to be able to hold. So it's really good that this is coming out, because then we'll know if the game is going to be able to do 60 FPS at 1080p, either in docked, undocked, and what the settings are going to be, and whether or not you actually want to spend the money to get it. I already bought the Wii U version. I don't particularly like Pokken Tournament Deluxe because I really dislike the fact that there's a severe lack of fighting Pokemon in it. I thought that this game would have been amazing if they had taken a lot of the different variations of fighting Pokemon, like Combusken, Machamp, Toxicroak, things like that. You don't have to make them all straight fighting types. There are dual fighting types out there for almost every type, and I thought it would be really cool if they had done that. I mean, you see Mega Mewtwo has a fighting type variation as well, so it's really awesome to see that stuff happen, but instead you have Pokemon like Suicune and Pikachu. And yes, I know it would have been boring if it was just straight fighting types anyways, but that's all I'm saying. So there you go. If you were interested in trying this out and you never played the Wii U version, it's coming to the Nintendo Switch. So Mass Effect Andromeda is not going to have single player updates or content planned anymore. There's not much to this story. It's basically they're discontinuing supporting the game. This was a game that came out that was really hyped up. A lot of people liked it because Mass Effect is a pretty good series. Yeah, Mass Effect 3's ending was a big point of controversy, but it still could have recovered from that. However, unfortunately, Mass Effect Andromeda had a lot of glitches and problems with it. A lot of people didn't like it as much as the regular Mass Effect series. So there you go. If you were big into that game, I'm sorry, you're not getting anything else. This reflects the discontinuation of the series, and I'm quite sure that EA is planning to kill this off. Maybe they're not. Maybe that's just speculation on my part, but for your sake, if you like the game, I hope not. So PlayStation's Twitter and Facebook accounts were briefly hacked. Yeah, Armine's at it again, and thank you, Armine, for going out there and stopping the real bad guys from taking accounts and destroying accounts. It's nice that they were able to get into these PlayStation accounts and say, hey, you need to contact us, we'll give you back the account, just fix your security settings. This is PlayStation, ladies and gentlemen. These guys handle your account information. They handle your passwords. If they can't even take care of their own, you should be very careful in making a password. Ensure that it is a ridiculous name. If you're going to write it down, make sure to put it on a USB drive so you never lose it, or keep it on paper that no one's ever going to find. But even at that, at the end of the day, if hackers can get it, they will get it and they will use it any which way they want to. So be careful about your security updates. The final story I want to hit on, and I know a lot of people don't like me talking about how bad consoles are versus PCs, but this story really emphasizes it. Final Fantasy 15 comes to PC next year. Now, that's not the big thing. Everyone knows that Final Fantasy 15's already been out, not only on the Xbox One, but also with very nice upscaling effects on the PlayStation 4 Pro and the PlayStation 4 itself. So you've been able to enjoy a very crisp and beautiful game. Console players have already been able to enjoy this game for a very long time, which is nice, and I'm sure a lot of console players will try and lord that over PC gamers. However, this game is going to have 8K support when it comes out. Now, this is the difference between PC and console. This game is probably going to be able to support 8K at 60 FPS, maybe even 144 FPS if you have a strong enough graphics card, if you have a strong enough setup. This is my point, ladies and gentlemen. The Xbox One X is promising 4K content, and their first-party games might be able to support 4K at 60 FPS, but good luck getting third-party developers to make 4K games at 60 FPS. More than likely, a lot of the games on the Xbox One X and the PlayStation 4 Pro will end up being 4K at 30 FPS. And here we are, next year, that's 1 year away, we're going to have a game, a flagship game for Square, 8K, potential for 144 FPS. Now, I understand that that is the maximum that you can potentially get, but it's still an option for standard PC players, that every single person that can run out and buy a PC today, it would still probably be the equivalent, if not better, than the Xbox One X that's coming out. You would have to really, really cheap out on a PC. You would have to get a PC with no graphics card whatsoever, or a very, very slimline integrated GPU, or a low-end GPU. Even mid-range GPUs can go up to 4K 30 FPS these days. It's not that difficult to do, especially with the newer PCs that are coming out. So my point being that consoles, as good as they are, and as excited as I am for the Xbox One X, they just don't compare to PCs. And I keep emphasizing this. You play on whatever you want, but stop wasting your money on something and justifying it because, well, hey, you know, oh, it's just better for you personally. If it's good for you, fine. But you can't justify it to me personally. You just can't. Now, if you want to talk about the Nintendo Switch, I can't literally lift up my PC and just start playing it. That's something I can't do. So Nintendo has a leg up on PCs in the fact that it has a unique gimmick going for it, but as in terms of the Xbox and the PlayStation, no, they don't compare to PCs, I'm sorry. So that's all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to go out on that. It's amazing to see content that is coming out in 8K these days, and I'm really happy with the way the gaming industry is going forward with technology these days, instead of just sitting back and saying, well, whatever, you know, we'll just do 4K 30 FPS. Are you going to pre-order the Xbox One X? Will you get that Minecraft edition? I'm very tempted to get that Minecraft Xbox. That's super cool. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Once again, I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. As always, good gaming. God bless. And again, thanks for watching.